In this video, pag-uusapan natin ang librong Comfort Woman, a Filipina story of prostitution and slavery under the Japanese military, written by Maria Rosa Henson herself, with introduction by Yuki Tanaka. The book is all about the life experience of a comfort woman which is full of cruelty and hardships who lived during the Japanese colonization. Hindi lamang nakafocus sa story ni Henson as a comfort woman ang libro, but also na-mention din sa libro ang hukbalahap, makapili, hukbong magpalaya ng bayan, her survival and aftermaths of the war, movement against Japanese military, and the rise of comfort woman systems. Maria Rosa Henson, also known as Lola Rosa, wrote her biography for about a year and was helped by Sheila S. Coronel for the division of the readable chapters of the book. An introduction by Yuki Tanaka consists of background information about the rise of comfort woman system. From the introduction of Yuki Tanaka, first Japanese military-run brothels, also known as comfort stations for Japanese Navy in Shanghai, were in early 1932. Yuki Tanaka stated that there are four major reasons why Japanese military created comfort woman system: reduce the rape of civilians, gratify their men's carnal desires, preventive measure against venereal diseases, fear of spies infiltration. Chapter 1. My Mother Julia. Julia is from the family of farmers at dahil sa kahirapan, she needed to work for Don Pepe as a handmaid at the age of 13. Julia was raped by Don Pepe Henson and gave birth to a child named Maria Rosa Henson. Chapter 2. My Childhood. Growing up without a father, Maria's childhood was already introduced to challenges. And since ayaw niya matulad sa nanay niya na hindi marunong magbasa o magbilang, Maria was a bright child at her Catholic school. Nangako naman si Don Pepe na kikilalanin niya bilang anak si Maria at bibigyan ito ng financial support. Chapter 3. The War Begins. On a normal day, Maria went to school as usual. But she did not expected that during that day, a war will be declared, and Rosa was just 14 years old. 10th of December, Japanese troops land on Luzon. At dahil doon, nag-evacuate na ang pamilya ni Maria, papunta sa gubat for their safety. As the start of her suffering, even before becoming a comfort woman, Maria was already raped twice by Japanese invaders. Rosa did not let the incident affect her, and she joined Hukbalahap. Hukbalahap is the Filipino People's Army resisting Japanese invaders. On the other hand, Maria also mentioned encountering a makapili who are pro-Japanese Filipino spies that are in opposition with Hukbalahap. Chapter 4. Comfort Woman. While smuggling guns with the Hukbalahap members, Japanese soldiers stopped their cart and Maria was led to a comfort station. In April 1943, she became a comfort woman. A small room was given to every comfort woman. Maria and the other 6 women like her spent their day being molested by 10 to 30 men every day. Hindi lamang sexual abuse kundi pati na rin physical abuse ang naranasan nila. Kapag hindi natutuwa o nakukuha ang gusto ng mga soldiers, they vent their anger towards the comfort women. Maria estimated that 1,000 of men raped and molested her through 9 months of being a comfort woman. She was freed in 1994 after being a comfort woman for 9 months. Chapter 5. Pain and Recovery. As traumatic as it seems, Maria only regained consciousness 2 months after being rescued. From what Maria have stated here, my mother nursed me back to health, spoon-feeding me as if I were a baby. I could neither stand nor walk. I crawled like an infant. As the war is close to an end in 1945, Japanese were barging into houses, including Maria's house. As a good news, on February 5, 1945, everything was starting to get back to normal, and Maria knew that Manila had been liberated. Chapter 6, Married Life. After Maria's recovery, she met Domingo and had 2 daughters. Maria thought that after her tragic experience, her married life would be normal. But in another twist of fate, Domingo just disappeared one day without a word. At napag-alaman niya na naging commander na pala ito ng HMB, which is an armed group fighting the government's army for land redistribution. While buying medicine for her daughter, Rosa was abducted and was held captive for 4 months by HMB and experienced again a suffering. Because of her determination to survive and to live, she succeeded in escaping after being recaptured several times. 2 years later, she heard that her husband died in an encounter with the military. Chapter 7, Single Mother. As a single parent, she was the only one to provide the needs of her daughters. She worked hard for the children's needs with different jobs and the wage of 6 pesos a day. Throughout the years, she had 12 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. Chapter 8, Going Public. Maria heard on the radio that Task Force on Filipino Comfort Women were looking for former comfort women like her. In September 18, 1992, she had her first conference to talk about her own distress under the Japanese capitulation. So what are the purpose of the book? First, it serves as a substantial text for historians, an important document supporting the power of feminists and human rights activists, and an affirming reminder to the invincible human spirit for all readers. For the author's use of primary and secondary sources, as a primary source, Maria used her own testimony through a vivid description as a former victim of prostitution and slavery under Japanese military. As for the chronological events that happened, specific dates and informations were probably provided by secondary sources like history textbooks for the reliability of the said events in the book. Author's approach on the topic. It was organized. The description was clear and detailed from the beginning until the end. She leads the readers to visit her life through the book with her own illustrations and vivid descriptions of people and events long gone. It was not focused on the sexual slavery, but instead, Maria also included other happenings that occurred during Japanese colonization for the readers to have a wider perspective about her story. For the book's merits, Maria's book was recognized by feminist formations, and they stated, Maria Rosa Henson's Comfort Woman is a straightforward, painful account, a powerful account of a woman's life controlled by men, both Filipino and Japanese. Furthermore, it was said by Corazon C. Aquino that by revealing to us her painful experiences, Mrs. Henson broke a 50-year silence and made the world aware of the brutality of war and its savageness to women. Moreover, it contains one of the many testimonies regarding the lives of Filipinos which made the world aware of the Japanese colonization's cruelty and inhumane treatment towards our countrymen. As a woman who experienced a tragedy, these are her words to live by. Maybe it helped that I have faith. I had learned to accept suffering. I also learned to forgive. If Jesus Christ could forgive those who crucified him, I thought I could also find it in my heart to forgive those who had abused me. Despite the tragic life of Maria, she attributed her strength to God and it made her more faithful to Him.